Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
Nino Brown Boxing, I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Yeah, I'm back with some more G Boxing talk. We're trying to get some gas. All these damn people out here. But I just left the gym, and while I was in the gym, I listened to Fred video. Shout out to Fred from Barbershop Conversations. And he did a quick interview with the president of the WBO. Now, a lot of things were discussed. A lot of topics went over. They named some particular fighters. He gave his opinion on Terrence Crawford. He said that it's a tough guy. Crawford is a tough guy to find opponents for. He talking about Errol Spence, saying Errol Spence is the real deal. He briefly spoke on the Jose Benavidez fight and all that good stuff. But my issue with what happened in that conversation is the way that the WBO president referred to the PBC guys. Basically, to summarize what he said, he said something about, he's with Golden Boy and Top Rank and Arum and Eddie Hearn, but everyone else, those other top guys on the other side. And I'm thinking, what kind of bullshit is that? You're supposed to be a president of a sanctioning body. Your goal should be, and I put that in quotes, should be, to have make the best fights for your champion, have the best fighter holding your belt. That's what the goal should be. But the fact that he referred to those PBC fighters as on the other side, it's just disgraceful, man. Like, we already know the bullshit surrounding the WBO and that belt. We already know that it's a Bob Arum's belt, and that's what Fred alluded to. He didn't necessarily allude to it. He said that's, predominantly Bob Arum fighters at 147 holds that belt. And then that's when the president of the WBO went on to say, well, he did with other guys, Eddie Hearn and Golden Boy. So so I'm thinking why he's listening to this video, and I believe I left a comment, and I'm like, wait a minute. I've checked before, and I've seen PBC guys ranked by the WBO. And if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, I've seen Adrian Broner in that ranking at some point. And I'm just thinking to myself, the WBO can order fights. They've ordered fights before. So I'm trying to come on, man. They got the damn horn going off. Okay, they stopped. My video got cut short. My girl decided to call me in the middle of the video. But like I was saying, the WBO, they've ordered fights before for guys not ranked number 1, not ranked number 2, not ranked number 3, as long as they're in the top 10. Now, the thing that doesn't make sense to me is, out of all of these years, when an Arum fighter, or basically when a Bob Arum fighter, a Bob Arum welterweight, just for this example, a Bob Arum welterweight has not been ordered to fight a PBC fighter. That's the question I wish Fred would ask the WBO president. Now, the WBO president went on to say he doesn't make the rankings. They have a committee of people, different races, different ethnicities, and blah, 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 all of that stuff. But the thing that doesn't make sense to me is, the question should have been asked, what is the criteria for the ranking system? I just find it odd that when it comes to the top 15 welterweights, the WBO rankings, they're missing. And this is all off top of the head. The WBO, they're missing about 5 or 6 of the top guys in the division. Not including the champions. I know if you're a champion, you're a title holder, you got the WBA, WBC, IBF belt, you can't be ranked. I got it. But I've seen the rankings prior to certain guys getting the belt, and then obviously after they win a title, they're not going to be in the rankings. But it's still a lot of top guys on the PBC side not ranked. And another thing is, even if some of them are ranked, like, it's common knowledge who the top guys at welterweight are. It's common knowledge. But even if they are ranked by the WBO, they're not the second, they're not the third, they're not the fourth. They're like way down the list. Some random ranking with random guys ahead of them that hasn't even accomplished half of what they've accomplished. Like, I find it weird. Now, I don't want anyone to confuse, my perspective on this. What I'm saying is not directed towards Terrence Crawford. Obviously, Terrence Crawford is well deserving of the position that he was granted. Some people say coming up to welterweight, he shouldn't have got a shot immediately. I don't agree with that. And I understand the WBO even has in their rules, if you hold the WBO title at a lower weight class, you become like the mandatory. You immediately get a title shot when you move up, something like that, something of the sort. But that's not my concern. My concern is mainly a lot of the guys that aren't names, they aren't well known, and they're not highly ranked in any other sanctioning body. Like, just remove the sanctioning body when it comes to the pound for pound ranking, whatever ranking system that you want to go by. It's just odd to me. So overall, I'm extremely disappointed. And even though we already knew this, but to hear from the horse's mouth that the WBO president refers to PBC fighters as being on the other side, as if a sanctioning body is supposed to be associated or loyal to a promoter. For this example, Bob Arum. This is Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I'm out.